In this Little Nightmares 3 video, I want to talk about my hands-on experience with the game, as there is a demo available to play right now if you don't know. And that's what I did. I checked out a demo on Steam. So in this video, I'll be talking about like details from the music, the visual presentation, and gameplay as well too, just as like initial early impressions of it, because I am excited about this game, and many others are excited about this as well too. So things start off with, a little cutscene here, and you see the two main characters you can choose to play as. Now this is also co-op, but I think it's online co-op, it's not local. So I chose the male character, which has a cape. It has this weird, like, kind of like bird mask, I guess you could say, basically in blue, and also can use a bow and arrow to help interact with things in the environment. Not but just interact with things in the environment to essentially puzzle solve, things like that. So initially I'm trying to figure out, what to do, where to go with this first part here. And I'm thinking I got to hit this bell, but no, I don't have to actually hit the bell. I actually got to shoot this button, and that essentially extends a platform over to me and my AI companion here, so that way we can traverse across. And we go across here and into a sand desert, basically just getting all kinds of sand up our freaking clothing here, going across here, trekking across. And this is very fitting for the environment too of a Little Nightmares game. Eventually get to a ladder and climb up the ladder here. And another companion here, my companion has a wrench, so they use the wrench to break walls that are breakable, as well as use it to turn certain objects in the environment as well too. Kind of similar to what I guess you could say It Takes Two did, or even Split Fiction. But yeah, the game itself visually looks really impressive, looks good, the music's good, the sound design is awesome, love sound effects, and how it plays is really smooth overall. I didn't really have any issues until towards the end of my experience, and I'll get that in a bit. But you're basically, doing what you should do in a Little Nightmares game, trying to figure out these puzzles to traverse, to get through the next area, things like that, running from certain enemies. In this demo, though, there wasn't really any enemies to deal with. There is like a big, I think it's a baby. I think it's like a giant baby creature of some kind. At one point you do run to, but even before that though, there's these like figures or statues that I thought were going to come alive at any moment to try and attack me and my AI companion, but that never happened. So just kept trying to figure out stuff, traverse, and eventually you get this big hand, which is a big baby hand, because you come across that, and that big figure, you got to watch out for and kind of interact with you in other moments during the playthrough of the demo. You get an umbrella at one point though, so you can utilize that to go up, and that's going to tie into an issue I had later on in the demo that kept me from completing the demo. But yeah, the umbrella mechanic here is pretty cool. You and your AI companion can use it to help traverse the area, basically get up to places or get across. And there's a zip line as well too in here. The only time I did run into a combat experience in this demo was against some bugs when I was trying to figure out how to get out of this room I got into. And it took me a bit to figure it out here. I was like, wait, let me try to shoot them. So you shoot one and then your AI companion will whack it with a wrench, which is pretty cool to finish them off. So there's like a handful you got to take out, and then you eventually go through a hole to the right side of the room you're in. And then you climb up and get to a new area here. Now I ran into an issue where I had accidentally, I guess, went the wrong way and jumped off. And I guess that caused me to lose my umbrella or something like that, even though it shouldn't have. Because once I actually figured out where to go, I tried to use my umbrella to progress, and it just was not popping up. It was not showing up at all. And I don't know if this is a glitch or an intended thing in the game, but it was just not working. Yeah, as you can see here, I'm in an area where I should be able to use an umbrella, but I'm pressing buttons. You can't hear the buttons, obviously, well not, but I'm moving around trying to get the umbrella to come out by pressing the button. There's only one button. I think it's the right analog, and it's just not coming out. I even restarted the game a couple times, see if that would help anything, reload the saves, stuff like that, see if it was glitched, but no, nothing. So Unfortunately, could not complete the demo as a result. So, like I said, I don't know if this is intended by the devs or if this is an actual glitch or bug. And if so, if it is a glitch or bug, that's game breaking then, because that should not happen. You know, if a player accidentally, loses the umbrella, whatnot like that, it should come right back to him. In other games, it's not an issue. Usually, I was given no indication or anything like that of me not having an umbrella anymore either. So just be aware that if you do play the demo, that might be a glitch or bug. Hopefully it gets fixed before the full game comes out. Hopefully it's not an issue. And I got to remember not to do that. Not to do that, so that way I can progress in the full game itself. But aside from that, a great experience for a demo, in my opinion. It's not a super long demo either. I think I've seen videos where it's like 30 minutes to an hour at most, depending on how fast you get through it. Some have probably gotten through it quicker than that. But pretty much it is more Little Nightmares so far. I didn't really see anything innovative or different here. It's just more Little Nightmares. I'm not entirely sure what the story is going to be in this one, even though the stories are not in your face, like told to you through text or subtitles or anything like that. It's more just like an interpretation of like what the heck's going on here and fan theories and stuff like that. So I've even had some of my chat when I played the first two games explain the lore to me after I beat the first two games to give me a better understanding of what the heck is really going on. And it's honestly really creepy, messed up, and intriguing all at the same time. So I expect nothing less from this, and I believe this is a different dev team doing it, because I think there was a different dev team that did the first two games. This is Supermassive Games doing this one. So I'm wondering what's going to happen with this. Like, could we end up, taking on the character from the first game? If you play the first game and know what happens at the end of that one, the main character in that one essentially becomes very powerful. But then that same character is in part two, and then some really messed up stuff happens towards the end as revealed. And you could go either way as far as how you feel about that, like if she was justified or not, for doing what she did. But ultimately, I'm thinking, or at least wondering, or have a theory, like, are we going to her in some way? Is she going to be like a boss fight in some way? Is she going to be this game's main antagonist? I don't know. Because the first two games tied together with having her be in there, right? So does she show up in this game at all? Have to wait and see when the game is out. We ain't got too much longer. I believe this game drops on October 10th, but it's showing on Steam October 9th, as Steam tends to have that be a thing there, where on PC, for a reason, most games on PC you can play like a day early in some capacity. But yeah, October 10th, so not too much longer, and it is spooky season, and this game's coming out right when spooky season is just starting, or at least early parts of it. So cool stuff there, and I think it's going to be a fun time. Honestly, it won't be a long game either. If you know how the first two Little Nightmares games are, they're not super long games at all. Honestly, you can beat them both in one session, right? One session being like maybe like 4 hours, 6 hours tops. So I imagine this is going to be of similar length, where maybe it'll take 4 to 6 hours to beat, maybe less. We'll see. So, and for other content creators out there, yeah, probably one stream, maybe two at most, to beat this. So that's what I expect from this in terms of game length, to be something similar to the first two games. But we'll see. Maybe it'll be a bit longer, have some more content in there the devs decide to provide in there to make it more fun and engaging. We'll just have to wait. But what do you guys think about this? Have you tried to demo out for yourself? If you have not, it is available right now. Check it out. It's on PC and console as well too. Give it a shot if you want to, but I understand if you don't want any spoilers or anything like that beyond what you just watched in this video, and don't want to check out the demo for yourself. You want to wait for the full game. It is being priced at $40, and that's for the standard, and then there is a deluxe edition for $20 more at $60. And if you just pre-order a standard version, the pre-order offer here is Dark 6 costume set. And apparently you get the first game as an enhanced edition as well. Little Nightmares Enhanced Edition if you pre-order the Little Nightmares 3. And you can check out the first game. So it's a little nice extra bonus I throw in there. With the enhanced version of the first game, it's in 4K, 60 FPS. So basically you get it for free. And available to play immediately too. No need to wait for the release of part 3 either. With the deluxe version of Little Nightmares 3, If you decide to get that, you get access to the Secrets of the Spiral expansion pass with 2 additional chapters to play, and conceal your identity with the Ferryman costume set and the Residence costume set. And before I leave you guys, just a quick little about the game sort of story here, details, the synopsis. 2 young friends lost in a frightening world not made for children. If they cannot find a way out of this nowhere place, they'll be condemned to a fate worse than death. Play as Lo and Alone, best friends ever since they found each other in this lonely nightmare. They each possess their own iconic item, a bow for Lo, who's the character I played as, and a wrench for Alone. Working together, they become adept at sneaking through hidden passages, hoisting each other over massive obstacles, and watching each other's backs. Whether you're playing with a friend or an AI companion, you'll depend on each other's iconic items to create opportunities and to progress. The environment is full of clues and possibilities for imaginative children to exploit. Those arrows can reach high targets, cut through ropes, or down flying enemies. Alone's wrench is just the thing for crushing stunt enemies, smashing through barriers, or manipulating the workings of massive machines. No matter where you go, the Nowhere is home to horrific monsters. These residents won't hesitate to go out of their way to capture any intrusive little visitors that draw their attention. You might find yourself playing a terrifying game of hide and seek with Monster Baby in the sandy ruins of the necropolis, struggling to avoid swarms of ferocious candy weevils in an unsettling candy factory, or dodging heavy feet while running along the rain-soaked promenade of a filthy funfair. You'll need to be ready to run, hide, or even defend yourself at a moment's notice to stay in one piece. Don't be distracted by the desolate beauty of the Nowhere. There are dark mysteries waiting for you as Lo and Alone follow their mirror path across the spiral, as each new location will become more dangerous and disturbing than the last. Dramatic flashes from the past will begin to emerge. Will Lo and Alone finally escape from this unending nightmare? Only you can help them, little ones. So that is the description on the Steam page about the game. I want to leave you with that, guys. Let me know your thoughts on this. Are you excited for this? Are you going to get it or not? Is it a wait? Wait for a sale, basically, type of thing. Let me know. Sound off. Hope you enjoyed this video, and if you learned something, I would appreciate a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you guys in the next video.